What's going on, you guys? I'm sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger in the last video, but it is finally time for my review of the brand new CRF250F. In the first video, I kind of just did a walk around and talked about my initial impressions with the bike and the differences between the 230F, so I'll go ahead and link that video up top. I do really enjoy this bike. I had a lot of fun on it in this ride. I was still a little sore because of my ribs, so I couldn't do anything too gnarly. But let's go ahead and hop on, go for a ride, grab some lunch, and see what this thing can do. Woo, buddy. So my honest first impressions on the CRF250F. It's a tractor. This thing is perfect for trail riding. I think it's a super underrated bike that more people should think about buying. Oh my God. Oh, if you remember in that last video, I had bruised my ribs. Ah! Dude, it is 2 weeks later and it's the worst that it's been yet. Literally every bump that I go over, it's just jarring. I have to stand up. For a full-size, entry-level dirt bike, this thing is the perfect size. Even for me, I'm well over 6 foot, got some long-ass draft legs, and I'm comfortable on this bike. But compared to a lot of other bikes, the seat height is pretty low. It just rained a very little bit earlier, and it just gives the perfect traction. I also let way too much air out of my rear tire, so we might as well be tubeless right now. Hopefully we don't regret that later. I actually just took the Baja's Recon 250, the Chinese dual sport, through this same section the other day. And it is a night and day difference. The way this engine just delivers power, and this is a pretty steep incline. I know the GoPro will never pick that up, but I'm just gonna leave it in first gear, try to ride that center line, and just tractor. Ass over that rear wheel for traction. Oh, we lost the line. But she's tractoring. Like, if I were to do this on the Baja's, I would burn up the clutch trying to keep it in the power band. Like, this is amazing for trail riding. The gear ratio, the compression ratio. This is gonna be a super low maintenance bike. And I think this one really does live up to that Honda name. You know, I've been disappointed with a lot of their newer performance-oriented bikes. The 450L, I've had 2 of them, almost 3. I actually was looking at a 450X before I picked this thing up. And I'm glad I did not, because this really just checks a lot of the marks that I was looking for. I just wanted something that I could take on some light dual sport trips, mob around on some back roads, even in the city, but take out to the trails and have a good time riding. Oh. I believe we go this way. Oh, got some logs down. And we're actually headed to the carryout. If you know Wayne National Forest and you've been in the area, you know what I'm talking about. We're gonna have us a nice sub and some treats from the carryout. But don't get me wrong, all is not perfect. A lot of people take my word and then go get something and then blame me. Those are just my feelings about this bike for what I bought it for. If you want a high performance, high revving, super fun jumping motocross bike, this is not it, man. The suspension is terrible, like most stock bikes, but especially in the Honda trail line. Their suspension is valved and sprung for like 5-year-old boys. Like, I just don't understand why they can't just put a stiffer spring, some better valving, and even offer like a package for riders. Like, you should be able to place an order for one of these bikes sprung to you. I mean, it really wouldn't take that much extra effort from Honda. Oh God, maybe someday. And there is one company that I know that does that, and I actually have a deposit on that bike. So if you can figure out what I'm talking about, leave it down in the comments below. I am pretty excited about it. Unfortunately, it's not going to be for another year or so, but I think it's going to be a blast. But yeah, guys, it is a trail bike from Honda. It is a traditional Honda trail bike, and I love it. I will say there is a lot of noise coming from the engine. Like, I don't want to say bearing noise, but maybe the clutch. The previous owner said he only put like 20 miles on the bike, so it's still got the original oil, and I'm gonna swap it out with some AMS oil, and that should quiet it down a little bit. But I'm under the assumption that it's normal. The exhaust is a little bit louder than the 230F, and it's a little bit louder than I expected, but it's still plenty quiet in comparison to the other moto bikes. Oh! Yeah, a lot of that power comes on down low. It's not mind-blowing by any means, but it is usable. And boom. We got to the main road. What time is it? 4:37. I don't know if we can go eat yet or not. Okay. Trespass this time of year. And it is officially deer season here in Ohio, and it's probably a love-hate relationship between riders and hunters. So I'm sure a test a lot of you are curious about: does it wheelie? Oh yeah, a little third gear clutch up, it wheelies. But yeah, only 5 speeds on the road. That's a bit of a letdown, but it's manageable. I don't have a Speedo yet. I'm gonna do the Vapor from Trail Tech most likely. I really don't need anything more. But like I said, for some back road cruising and some lower speed roads, it really does fine. Even in 5th gear at a lower RPM, you just roll on the throttle and this thing goes. Let's see what's going on at the creek. Another empty trailhead. Dude, nobody. See how high the creek is. Woo! It's looking like rain. That water always looks good though. I don't think what's in there is good, but it looks good. I'm definitely not ready to say goodbye to summer yet, but man, this time of year really is beautiful in Ohio. The leaves are starting to change. You're not sweating your balls off while riding, but it's definitely short-lived. Winter is coming, but that just means it's time to head to Arizona. We got the boomers. The old CF Moto. That was actually a tour company back there. Didn't have any names or anything, but that right there is why a lot of people don't like Wayne. Not for the tour aspect, but just for the leisurely trails. I mean, they really do not care about the dirt bike riders, which is a shame. You go out west and you'll find all kinds of single track. And the funny thing about it is single track is the least invasive form of riding. Like the amount of erosion and just general destruction that this side-by-sides and even four-wheelers cause in comparison is just night and day. But hey, don't get me wrong, I'm super thankful to have this piece of land to ride on. I know a lot of people don't have something like this, and it really is an awesome place. Just wish they appreciated the dirt bikers a little bit more. go get some food. Well, this is officially my last meal from the carryout. Damn shame. That is such a bummer, man. But yeah, times are definitely hard for small business like that, brick and mortar especially. That sucks. That really sucks. Well, I made sure to end it with a bang. We got the works, baby. This was always my favorite sub. All that Italian double meat goodness. Ooh, boys. Got some corns, barbecue chips, potato salad, always good. And we got a brownie. Ooh. And that's a wrap. Well guys, we're losing daylight, so I think I'm gonna start heading back, but thank you all for tuning in. Thank you if you made this far. I really am enjoying this bike so far, and I look forward to racking up some more miles. Definitely gonna get the wraparounds installed. Probably a tail bag, if not some other luggage options. Maybe a seat concept seat, a couple other goodies. Definitely need some tires, better tubes, but the CRF250F is Adventure Daily approved. This really is what Honda is good at, and like I said, I'm happy to own one and happy to have one around, and this is actually the homie bike. If any of my buddies don't have a bike or need something to ride, this is what you're gonna be riding. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you've ever ridden one of these or you've ridden the 230F. Comments are always welcome, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and always remember to live free and adventure daily.